Good evening, Star Pupils. I'm your host, friend, and life coach, Mrs.Divine, and I bridge the gap between intuition and intelligence. Today, we're going to talk about healing. You see, many of us feel as though we have completely healed from our traumas and completely healed from our past because we have done some work. But I want to know, have you fully healed? You see, healing happens in layers. Some instances that may occur in our life, we can heal from quickly. It's a one and done type of thing. Other things are so traumatic that either one, your brain can erase or hide that trauma from you. So you feel as if you've healed, but when it comes back up, you realize that there are certain things that are happening that says you haven't fully healed because you're discovering something new. Something else has come from it. Or you just have another feeling that there is still more work to do. Okay, so our brains can do that to us, or we can just have a situation that happens that is just so multi-layered that it may involve multiple people, multiple situations, and there's just a lot of healing work that needs to be done. So today I want to give a closer understanding and insight as to how we know if more healing work is needed in certain areas of our lives. Okay? So if you're still haunted by whatever it is that you went through, more healing needs to be done. If you don't want to think about it, you don't want anyone to bring it up, then more healing needs to be done. If it still pains you to think about it, or your memories of the event or the person still causes you to come to tears, more healing needs to be done. If you have nightmares about it and you wake up in a panic or just have nightmares about it, more healing needs to be done. If you're holding a grudge or hatred toward a person or things that are associated with the event, if you're not talking to this person, you have nothing to say to them, they have nothing to say to you, they can't cross your path, more healing needs to be done. If you've blocked them out, more healing needs to be done. If you don't want the incident to be brought up or mentioned, if you can't see how it helped you to expand your consciousness, then more healing needs to be done. So everything that happens in our lives are meant to build us in consciousness in some way, shape, or form. And if you cannot see how this incident or this person contributed to that in your life, then that's how you know that more healing needs to be done. Okay? So because healing happens in layers, there are different steps you can take to heal. You're not going to want to keep taking the same step because that step that you've taken before probably was enough for that one part that you've healed. But because there's multi-layers, you're going to need something else, right? So I'm going to give you a few steps on what you can do to heal from any traumas that you need to heal from or any people that you need to heal from. Okay? So one step you can do is you can love yourself unconditionally, meaning if you need to forgive yourself, forgive yourself. If you need to forgive a person, forgive a person. Understanding that we are all energy, although we are in these physical bodies, we are all energy, meaning no one is doing anything to you, but it is something that you are observing. It's an event that you observed and felt because you observed it. It might not make sense to a lot of people, but that's a way to release the pain, release the feelings that you hold on and become attached to you, where you feel as if either A, you're a bad person or somehow deserving of something bad that happened to you, or B, that someone else is a bad person and deserves the worst of the worst. Okay? So love yourself unconditionally and forgive others. Just forgive them. Forgiving them does not mean you have to call them and be their best friend, invite them over to your house, have lunch with them. Forgiving them just means that whatever happened between you, is not anything that you're going to carry around anymore. Okay? So you've dealt with it, you did it, and you forgive them for what they did, and you let it go. You don't have to talk to them anymore. But if someone brings it up, it shouldn't be something that is still stirring up feelings in you. Okay? Truly forgive them and let it go. Understand that whatever they did or whatever you did has been handled or will be handled, and you have nothing to do with it. Okay? You can also explore through your imagination how your life would be different if you never met that person or you never went through whatever situation you went through. Okay? And so that you're going to use your imagination for. So you're going to really want to just explore, right? So if it's an ex that you want to get over or that you haven't healed from, think about how your life would not be what it is now if it wasn't for that person. And I mean, that means throwing away all excuses. If someone did something to you, it is still your choice to continue living your life in the direction that you want to go. Allowing what happened to hold you back or to keep you from being that person you want to be, or to change you into being acting a certain way or not living out parts of your life, that's all up to you. You have to get to the point where this person or that event is not holding you down, where you are choosing actively to keep stepping in your life in the direction that you want to go in. Okay? And so when you get to exploring or imagining what your life would be like had this event not happened or this person never crossed paths with you, think about how you see in the movies, right? Somebody may go back in time to save a loved one or a parent or something because they have the ability to go back in time. They go back in time and they do that, and then all sorts of things change, right? Now they never had their children or their family. They never met this one person, or a certain event in their life never happened, and life looks completely different. Okay, so sometimes things are needed to happen in life for us to have these other great moments or meet these other great people in life. And if you haven't gotten to the point where you're able to see how life can become greater even after the fact, then that means that you are really being held down. You haven't done enough healing, and you literally can't see why maybe life is worth living or how things could even be great after a certain point. Okay. So another thing you can do is you can meditate. I promote meditation in a lot of my videos because meditation helps on so many different levels. But meditation is a way. If you meditate, you can revisit that situation. You can revisit yourself in that situation and talk to yourself from what you know now to what that version of you needed to hear at that moment to get through whatever you were going through. Okay? Talk to yourself and tell yourself what you know now. Talk to yourself and let yourself know you are okay. Talk to yourself and understand that, hey, yeah, I may be doing this right now. We're doing this. We're going to learn a lot from it. And you're going to have to forgive yourself later for what you're doing, you know. Find a way to go back to that older version of you who was in that situation and give them the motivation, the strength, and the courage, or even just the knowledge that they're going to need to know about what is to come from that event. And that basically you have your own back. That one day you're going to be healing from this. One day you're going to feel whole again. Okay? So those are tips and tricks that I have for how to heal yourself and on how to understand if you truly do need more healing. And it's okay if you need more healing. Like I said, some things are a quick fix. Other things require a lot of work. All right, star peoples, put in that work.